Good afternoon, dear colleagues. We continue our working day at the Ukraine Crisis Media Center. And today, in the framework of Spokesman of Peaceful Life project, we are going to speak about activities of the International Charity Foundation Volunteer Help and announcing the upcoming events. Today we have our guest, Svyatoslav Yanko, President of the International Charitable Foundation Volunteer Help, and also Olena Prokopenko, Vice President of this International Charitable Fund Volunteer Help, and Mr. Kitsky, the member of the board of this fund. So please, firstly, what was the idea to create this fund, and how long have you been working? Today, we are going to speak about the activity of Volunteer Help Charitable Foundation. This fund works for a year, and during this year, we held many events in different directions, and today we are going to present these activities, and we are going to tell you about the events we held. The main directions of our activity are help to children in the frontline area in Ukraine. Second direction, psychological adaptation of children who were in conflict areas, and also to help veterans, the participants of ATO operation. So about the help to kids, I'm going to tell you about this project. Our team held several actions, and we took part in an international project held in Stanitsa-Luganskaya region in schools together. And you can see in the picture the condition of the school in this region. And this project was called Creative Partnership, and it was supported by the Embassy of Lithuania. Together with our partners, we visited schools, and we understood that children need education, and they cannot get this education because there is lack of specialists and lack of space, and some schools are in very bad condition. And also, we should help children who need medical help. So there are children who suffer from oncology, from diabetes, and they need insulin, and children with other chronic illnesses, and we try to help children of this category. So what our help means? So we help children who live there, and we are focused our effort on Stanitsa-Luganskaya region. This is school number 2, and children who are educated there and who need our assistance. And also this children who now undergo treatment in Kiev in the Center of Oncology. We help them with medicines, and we hold charitable actions in order to rehabilitate these kids. Also, we help talented kids who live in the territories, and these children, they need education, development. We invite them to Kiev. We hold consultations and interviews with specialists, and we give them a chance for education, for further development, because they cannot get education in that territories. So these are kids who graduate from school, and what was the number of kids you supported in the previous year? So if we are speaking about treatment, medical treatment, these are 3 kids, 1 child in Nizhny Teplye, 2 in in school, Stanitsa Luganska school, and we collected medicines for these kids, and I will announce a visit that will be the next week. And a girl came to Kiev, and she participated in a German documentary about kids of frontline areas, and she is a talented child. She has a very beautiful voice, and we help her to get education, and that would help her in her further development. And also there is a child that is treated in oncology center and undergoes third cycle of chemotherapy, and we help this child, and we hold charitable auctions together with the fund of development that is registered in Lugansk Oblast, and they are now in Kiev, and other partners who help under this. So we create this charitable actions for these kids. And also I announced that next week we will visit Stanitsa in the frontline area. That will be Starobelsk first, then Odessa Patriotic Club also wants our support, and we want to know about them and to know about their activities and to support them. Also, that will be Stanitsa Luganska, and children, we bring insulin to them, and also medicines that are needed to support their life. Also some humanitarian aid, and also some presents for children. We plan to stay there for several days, and during this visit we will have online connections with your center, and we are going to tell you via Skype about our activities. Also, I would like to pay attention to the fact that in the framework of these trips we are going to visit Stanitsa Luganska school number 2 in Stanitsa Luganska that was bombed in the first days of the armed conflict, and children now are educated in the editor's office, and we want to pay attention to the school, and we want to collect some charitable auction on the 1st of June in the Embassy of Ukraine, and so my colleagues will tell you about other directions. Svyatoslav, please. I would like to add about this history of creation of our funds. So in this picture you see the action of, it is called drop of help, and I was in Maidan, then I was a volunteer, and then I understood that it's better to create a charitable fund, and that will be our assistance, and we will be able to involve more help, more people who want to help, and also international partners who are ready to help, simple, common Ukrainians, and also you know that we have pictures. This is an ambassador of Lithuania. He provides the assistance, humanitarian assistance to kids of frontline areas. We started our fund, and the first action was we provided blood for those who were wounded, and then there are new requests from the East that they have about 12 people who are wounded, so that's why we will continue our action connected with the provision of blood to these territories. Also, we work with the German Child Fund, Deutschland, that provided us with financial help, a grant for the work with kids, IDP kids who are in Kiev and Kiev Oblast, and that is the project of psychological rehabilitation of children and also art therapy with the participation of artist Yulia Pavlus, who took part in our events, and she has positive results. Also, we take care of Tarashensky Rehabilitation Center for kids. And during the holidays after the New Year, we brought some medicines to them because there are 37 children and they live in one hostel, and if a child falls ill, so everyone else also falls ill. So that's why we brought them medicines that are needed at that time. And what is the number of participants of your fund? Do you have a representative office in the regions? Official office is in Krivanosa 2A Street, and it was provided by Ukrainian Legion volunteer group, and they provided a room for us there, and we carry out some repair works there, and we will be there, located there officially. And the representative office, we don't have this, but we carry out this activity, and I believe that in Severodonetsk, we cooperate with local volunteers in Kiev. The volunteers they know each other. We work with the departments that also serve in Stanitsa Luganska and Shestye, and in neighboring Artemovsk. We brought some medicines there, and here is the picture. And also there are some volunteers. They provided some medicines, and we brought it. And this is Aidar Battalion, and we brought some medicines to them. And these are this is the department that is now in Stanitsa Luganska, and we provided help to them. And also in Shestye, there is a unit that is at the front line. That's why we work with all those who want to help, and we help with the cooperation with other partners. And if you need to have some assistance, so we are ready to help. And do you search for those who need support, or someone addresses you? Do they call? Do they ask for help? Firstly, we tried to find people, but now we are not even able to provide assistance to everyone who wants our help. That's why we try to connect them with different volunteer organizations that are specialized in the problems of kids that need consultations of doctors. And also Stanitsa Luganska belong to Lugansk region, and all the treatment and rehabilitation was done in Lugansk, and for this time children, they cannot be treated in Lugansk. That's why we try to help them to go to Kharkiv or to Kiev, where they can be treated by appropriate specialists. And many people address for help, and we are not able to do it by ourselves, and we need to broaden our staff in order to help everyone who needs help. We develop also our international cooperation because we concluded an agreement with the Lithuanian organization, with the Baltic Defense and Security Conference, and also they provided vehicles that we use to travel to the ATO area. And also they provide some equipment that help us to realize our statute goals. Also, one more direction of our charitable organization on which we focus. It appeared from the purposes of peaceful life. This is the problem of demobilized servicemen who return from war to peaceful part of Ukraine, and of course they need housing. And after the war, the problem of lack of housing for young families, this problem also is combined with the problem of psychological and social rehabilitation, and together with European colleagues who have broad experience of rehabilitation of servicemen who took part in military actions, we developed a project, creation of such cottage houses, town, ecologically clean and self-supporting with an agenda. There will be some opportunities for employment there, and it will be built from energy efficiency materials that will be provided by European countries, and partly these materials will be developed and produced in Ukraine. And the main idea of the project is that it will be built by the forces of the future residents of such houses, of such town, and it will last for about 6 or 9 months, and people who will take part in the construction of this town, they will coordinate their actions, and they will also undergo social rehabilitation, and there will be community formed in which it will be comfortable for them to live. And this project we connected to Odessa Oblast, and we have agreement with the regional administration of one of the cities in Odeshina. Thank you, Evgeny. I have several questions about the contacts. Do you have Facebook page or maybe hotline? Yes, I would like to tell you, and I would like to announce several events.
In May and in June, we will hold events. The first and the most interesting, the charitable municipal event. It will be held on 14th, 15th of May. It is the first European weekend in the Kiev fortress. It will be conducted with the support of Pechersk district administration. We have co-organized this the fund of promotion and development, and this would be a family kind event. There will be fairs and exhibitions and charitable auction of art pieces, master classes for children and other interesting entertainment, but this is the charity event. This is the main thing. All funds will be transferred to the victims, to those children who are victims of this war in frontline regions. And the next will be the event organized by us along with the Lithuanian embassy, and we will transfer these funds to school number 4 in the village of Lugansk, and we will take part in the events related to Kiev Day. We plan several visits to the ATO area in May and June. As usual, as concern our feedback, how you can contact us. We have a Facebook page, and soon we will have website. It is under development now. You can contact us by phone. We have an office. Telephone number 050. Our office is at Krivanos Street 2A, and the Facebook page bears the name of our foundation. You told about the first European weekend in the Kiev fortress. What is the target audience of this event, and is any accreditation required? And you told that portion of funds will be transferred. Will it be a percentage of the whole amount? Accreditation is not required the most part. We suppose for a charitable auction, which will be semi-closed format with personal invitations where the members of public may buy pieces of arts, and also charitable fair. The participants in this fair, they will share their gains, and the portion of their profit will go for help to children, and the participation is free of charge. This event is oriented to families with children, and any citizens who will stay in Kiev during weekend and will not go to the countryside. So all persons are invited to have a good time and entertain themselves on the weekend. Are there any questions? What are the dates? 14th, 15th May at in Kiev at Pechersk Fortress. There are no. I would like to add. You told about people who address us yesterday. Our military man from Avdiivka called us, one of those soldiers. He asked us to find a car for $800. I asked him, what for do you need it in Avdiivka? He told we do not have any means, any vehicle to bring water, to bring medicines. I collected some money. I have $750 for a car. I called my friends to Volyn. They found such car, and I think we will bring this car. This person, he has been involved in this war for 2 years, defending the motherland, and he is buying this car for his own funds just so that they have water and food. This is the highest patriotism which could be imagined by someone. Thank you, dear friends. We wish you every success. Thank you.